Hey Pisces, it's Kendrick from Providence Tarot, and I'm here to give you your September 15th through the 30th proofread. Okay, basically. I was gonna say for the month of September, like I already told you that. So, let's see what's going on. You know, every time I do this and I get to you, I'm always like, it's really late, but I'm doing this in the daytime now. I mean, I usually do it in the daytime, but this time it's like not later in the day. I started this at maybe like, at maybe like 10 or 11, maybe 11. And it's like what? No, it might have been like 10:30, 10. And it's like, almost 2. There's so many people and there's so many stories, so everything won't resonate. Just take what resonates and leave what does not. And I should have said that for most of the other signs, but I feel like people will do that. I hope they do, you know, because every story isn't going to match. That's why you should watch your sun, moon, rising. And then I also say watch the house that your sun is in. Okay, so I am going to lay the cards out, and then I'm going to talk about these 2 cards that just fell out. Okay, wow, so you may be feeling emotionally complacent and you're not feeling motivated right now. It's kind of like something has a hold on you emotionally, you know, and it's kind of like letting your emotions get in the way of you feeling able to do anything, you know. The 4 of Cups is moon in Cancer, so it could be because you are just like experiencing an overwhelming sense of I don't know, emotional abandonment, or you might just be feeling, you know, at a loss. You know, you don't know what to do with your feelings right now. Emotional stability is definitely needed. And in order to achieve emotional stability or some sort of emotional satisfaction, you're going to have to look in a different place than where you have been looking. You know what I mean? Because you're not going to find it in the same place that you've been seeking it out. You know, what's going to be satisfying for you, you know? There's something there. You just have to like think outside the box, and you have to come outside of yourself, you know what I mean? Because this is kind of stuck inside of yourself, and this is realizing outside of yourself. But also it's like, this could be like sex, right? It could be like food. It could be drugs. It could be anything that you might be feeding or nurturing yourself that isn't satisfying you, but you just have more of it, when really you need to have something different that's not more of the same thing. You know, that's what that's talking about. And then this 3 of Swords is Saturn in Libra, which a lot of people have been getting this. And Saturn is the planet of karma and restriction and time and effort, right? And fear and death, decay, you know, that type of thing, oppression. And this is Libra, which is relationship. So it's kind of like consequences of a relationship, consequences. It's also the responsibility to receive what is the lesson that is being taught to you through a relationship, from your siblings, from your mother, because it's a 3 related to that. So it's kind of like definitely karmic relationships, and these relationships are making you feel like you're in this place, you know, and it's like you're not processing your emotions in a very positive or even useful way. You know, you're processing them in a way that just kind of like keeps you in this cycle, right? Let's go ahead and see what's going on. I'm just reading those cards. Yeah, totally. Look, because it's keeping you in a cycle mentally too. You know, because this 7 is related to the Chariot, which is Cancer. And then the moon rules Cancer. And here we go. We have the moon in Cancer, right? So you're kind of like stuck too right here. You know, this is like being stuck in your emotions. And this is like not knowing what to say. You know, this is also like hidden truths because it's the moon in Aquarius. And Aquarius is like knowledge, right? Wisdom, information. And the moon is like fear. The moon is also discomfort. It's secrets, right? So there might be something that's communication that might be being withheld. There's distant communication. Communication could even be cut off with someone, right? It could be a relationship. This is like not even knowing how to put your feelings into words. You know what I mean? Okay? And that could even be like, yeah, right now you can't put your feelings into words, or you're trying to express your feelings, but it's like, I don't know. Somebody needs to get in touch with their emotions, basically. Right? Emotional truths, the truth of how you feel, that type of thing. And the right, Queen of Cups, also Cancer again, double water. So we're dealing with emotions. You know that Mariah Carey song? And we're dealing with relationships. We're also dealing with friendships. You know, so it's friendships, it's relationships with a mother, and it's just like relationships in general. Maybe they're just, you know, the swords are talking about the mind, you know, and the 3 is saying just more of the same thing, right? What have you taught yourself, or what are you being disciplined to see? What are you being shown through the karma? And how are you relating to what you're being shown through the window of karma? Okay? Are you ignoring what you're being shown? Let's see what else is going on here. The Magician. The Magician is saying like a realization to see what's in front of you, right? The time is here and now. You know, getting your attention. Something's trying to get your attention. Do you see it? It's right in front of your face. You know, whatever that is. And it has to do with relationships. It has to do with friendships, right? Like I said, it could have to do with your relationship with your mom because it's the Queen of Cups and that's the mother, right? And it's also emotional boundaries that could be set in place because the 7s are talking about boundaries, communication boundaries, and it's the moon in Aquarius. So it's like emotions that have attributed to the communication boundaries, you know, and the emotional boundaries are what's needed in order to heal, you know, and the healing process should begin, right? So let's look and see what's at the back. Right, look, this is the 7 of Swords and this is the 4. This is Aquarius and this is Libra. But Libra is the 7th house. So we got 2 cards here that talk about communication and relationships. But this card, the 4 of Swords, Jupiter and Libra, it's talking about detaching, pulling away, giving yourself some time to think, gathering your thoughts, perspective, changing, you know, your perspective. Maybe you need to assess a situation. Maybe you need to see the real truths, or maybe you need to kind of like expand the way that you are, you know, I don't know. It's calling for growth. How is this relationship teaching you to grow as a person? You know, and it's like, what opportunities are you getting to learn something from this? You know what I mean? You're getting so many opportunities to learn from this, right? And it's like, are you finally getting it? Maybe that's it. Maybe you're finally getting it, right? You know? Hopefully. I don't know. Look, the 2 of Swords, Moon and Libra, also relationship oriented, but then it's also like feeling emotionally detached. And also, it's like, what direction? Emotional uncertainty, because it's like making a decision, or you don't know what to decide for yourself. You don't know like what the relationship is, what the connection is right now. Maybe. This could also have to do with work, earned income, right? So you don't know which direction your job is taking you in, or which direction you want to go, right? You're trying to get a sense of, test the waters and see where things are going. Well, the magician does say that, you know, there's ability there. You have great abilities to like make something happen. You know, if things are in a place where they need some kind of like momentum, you can gather it. You know, it's just coming out of that emotional rut, because your emotions get in the way and they make you feel like things are worse than they actually are. Right? So the Two of Swords does talk about some relationship, some changes that are occurring, and you having to like face the truth about how a relationship has changed, or how the past has attributed to the relationship and the ways that it has changed. Because you have the Two of Swords, Moon, emotions change, phases, cycles, learning, growth in Libra, relationships, marriage, beauty, peace, justice, right? Balancing out something. It's like, yeah. And then the Temperance card is here, which is saying that now you're consciously aware of the way that things have begun to change, and how like you have changed, and how you're leaving some old aspect of yourself behind, and you are now consciously aware of where it is that you may have been holding yourself back in the past. You know what I mean? Right? Or maybe it's kind of like your past successes aren't necessarily the ones that you have in your future. It's time to create new things. It's time to, you know, make something new. Definitely. You know, spiritual wisdom, spiritual growth, definitely letting go of some old attachments that you have. You know, it's like your idea and what instituted like a relationship, or what constituted success, or what anything was back then. It doesn't have to be that moving in the future. It doesn't have to mean that moving in the future. This is also saying that you can like let go of your attachments to things that have limited you in the past, right? Now you feel like you can have something that you've wanted, but in like a new way. Whatever that means for you out there, Pisces. So this is actually quite good, like that it's ending here on this with the Two of Swords, Four of Swords, and the Herald. So those are all talking about, you know, power, of individualized experiences that teach us something about ourselves, right? But it's an experience that you're having yourself, but other people are kind of like, you know, enhancing it. So it's like relationships and stuff like that, and how they change you, and how they teach you very important lessons in life that change your character, change and shape your character. You know, so that's what the Temperance card is saying, that your character has now been, you know, changed in some kind of way. Or it's being tested. Your character's being tested. So hopefully it will change if it's being tested, and if it needs to change and be tested. Anyway, Pisces. And that's saying that whatever your old habits were in the past, whatever your old attachments were, you know. Anyway, like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. It's Providence Tarot there. And my personal account is NYC Kendrick. If you want to get a reading from me, email providencetarotkendrick@gmail.com. And also like, share, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell. Bye.